Anti-government activists say at least 64 bodies were discovered in Homs province. One opposition group says the victims were killed by government forces at a security checkpoint while trying to escape. CNN cannot confirm that report. Homs has been torn apart by more than 3 weeks of daily shelling. Well, video posted online shows what civilians are up against. There are severe shortages of basic necessities and medical supplies, but now some help has finally arrived. The Red Cross says there is a Red Crescent team in the city's devastated Bama Amer neighbourhood. More on that in just a few moments. Activists say 125 people have been killed across the country this Monday. The vast majority died in Homs, but attacks were also reported in northern Idlib province, as well as the suburbs of Damascus. Meanwhile, the EU announced new sanctions against several Syrian ministers, and cargo flights operated by Syrian carriers are now banned from EU airports.
We need to get the regime, Assad, to stop killing the population. And we need to find ways in which, for the right reasons, that comes about as swiftly as possible and we move forward. In our perspective, it is very straightforward. You cannot lead your people, murder them and remain in leadership.
Let's get more on the relief efforts, shall we, at this point, underway in Bama Ama, the opposition stronghold in Homs. It's just been hammered by government forces. Hisham Hassan is a spokesman for the International Committee of the Red Cross. He's calling in from Geneva in Switzerland. What can you tell us about your operations there tonight?
Well, the ICRC and the Syrian Arab Red Crescent arrived to Homs early this morning. Syrian Arab Red Crescent volunteers managed to enter inside the most affected neighborhood of Homs, which is Baba Amr. They stayed for a few hours until even 9 o'clock in the evening local time, and managed to go out and evacuate 3 persons, including 2 women, including 1 pregnant woman and her husband. And we also managed to get in necessary medical supplies in order to help victims and inside and injured persons.
Hisham, I know that you are hoping to evacuate many more, including the wounded journalists who are there in Baba Ama, and indeed repatriate the bodies of the journalists killed last week. Did that happen?
Sadly, this did not happen. Friday, we did attempt with the Syrian Red Crescent, but it did not work because the journalists refused. Today, for other reasons that we are not aware of, due to the tense situation, very tense security situation and lack of communications, but we know that they could not take them out, nor could they take out the body.
Were they in contact with the wounded journalists? Do you know?
Again, this is not something I have for now. We are facing very difficult communication constraints, and again, the security conditions so far are very difficult.
Are you facing a lack of, or another way of putting this, that there is some sense that the Syrian Red Crescent might not be trusted by all stakeholders? Are you getting that sense? Are you getting reports to that extent?
We did get reports on that regard, but all we can say for now is that we know how they work. We work with them on a daily basis. They're not alone. They lost a volunteer in the course of duty. They lost their Secretary General, and they even give the choice to people to say, where do you want to be evacuated, whenever they could. We will continue to work with them, and for us, this criticism only puts obstacles in front of them, in front of us, in front of life-saving action at a time where we are trying to step up and to help as many people as possible.